So, if you had to design a realistic 6 to 12-month roadmap for freshers, what would that look like?
So, a realistic way to get into cyber in 6 to 12 months, again, first I would say is to start with the basics. So, get an understanding of how the internet works, how computers work, how networks work. So spend the first 2, 3 months doing that. And then over the next few months, focus on, I guess, what is cybersecurity? What does it involve? For example, learn about the different terms, common attacks like ransomware, different threats. Learn about like how to keep your password secure, and just how like organizations overall get compromised. And then midway, you can decide which path you want to choose, right? So if you want to be non-technical, or you want to do, for example, like risk and compliance stuff, which is non-technical, or work on technical roles. So if you go technical, you can practice using online labs, beginner hackathons, and just simulations to help you understand how attacks and defenses work safely. And then in the final months, you can start to build small projects for proof, right? Or gain certifications and build that simple portfolio. And then from there, showcase that, and then you can start applying for entry level roles or internships.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds doable. I think anyone can follow your path. And thank you so much for that. Okay, there is just so much content online. How should learners decide what's actually worth their time and what's just noise?
So I would say when you start, think about time like as your biggest investment, right? A really good way to decide if something is worth your time is just ask yourself like whether this resource helps you understand how things are working and lets you practice what you're learning. So it's very easy to just sit there and like have these YouTube videos in queue and just watch like 50 hours worth of videos. But just understanding like, hey, I understand this concept now. Let me put that into practice is quite important. So a good sign is, content that follows a very clear path that you're watching, a content that includes real examples, real life case studies, and then lets you practice that safely through a lot of challenges or labs that you can just build your skills.
Yeah, that advice alone can save months of confusion. Okay, thank you, Indy.